Hello and welcome to McCorvie no Cookingu, Ryan McCorvie's Japanese cooking show. I'm Ryan McCorvie. On today's show, we're making chicken teriyaki. The name teriyaki comes from the words teri, which means shine or luster, sort of the shiny coating that the soy glaze gives, and yaki, which means to cook or to grill. Here are the ingredients we'll need. It's a pretty basic recipe. There's a lot of stores that will sell teriyaki sauce, but really you can make a simple teriyaki sauce yourself, and I think it has a lot more flavor. It really adds a lot to have that homemade teriyaki sauce. So for the chicken teriyaki itself, we need a bit of ginger, some onion, some boneless skin-on chicken thighs. Here, actually, when I cooked it, I didn't have skin-on chicken thighs. I had skinless chicken thighs, but the skin adds a bit of extra flavor, I think. Some salt and pepper, some oil, and a bit of sake. We're going to cook this chicken teriyaki in 3 stages. For the teriyaki sauce itself, you need a bit of sake, some mirin, some sugar, soy sauce, and water. My local supermarket in California has mirin, but you may need to go to a specialty supply store in order to pick up that Japanese cooking ingredient. All right, so grate the onion. I used a cheese grater, and I have this special grater that I use for grating ginger. Grate about 1 inch of the ginger. And in the bowl, I combined all of the ingredients and whisked them up: the sugar, the mirin, the soy sauce, the sake, and the water. And then combine the onion and ginger into the same bowl as the soy sauce. You can use this as a marinade. You may marinate your chicken for 20 to 30 minutes, but I just use it at the end when I'm cooking. I like to cook the chicken while it's still uncoated. For the chicken itself, use a fork and poke holes in both sides and cover both sides in salt and pepper. I use Japanese sansho pepper, but you can use whatever kind of pepper you'd like. Regular Western pepper works fine. This is just some kosher sea salt. By pricking it, you allow the fat to render and come out, and you can allow some of the flavors to go in. Then in a pan, I use a large pan, heat up the oil, 2 or 3 tablespoons of the oil on medium-high heat, and put the chicken in skin side down. We'll cook it this way for about 3 minutes until the skin gets nice and golden brown. We really want that sort of char flavor on the outside, so cook it really good on that heat. I use a splatter guard to keep the oil from splattering up everywhere. This is a really useful cooking utensil. Then, after it's cooked for about 3 minutes, add a couple tablespoons of sake. Flip the chicken over and reduce the heat down to medium-low and steam the chicken for about 8 minutes. At this point, I usually make the other parts of the meal while the chicken is steaming. This will let it cook all the way through, but keep it nice and tender and moist. Take the chicken off and put it on a plate, and wipe down the frying pan to remove all of the oil and grease and fat that's come out of the chicken from cooking it so far. Then add a small amount of cooking oil, about a teaspoon, and return the heat to medium-high, and add the soy glaze. Pour it into the pan. I cook it for about 5 more minutes on medium-high heat till the glaze reduces down about half as much. You know it's really good when you can see a really oily kind of shimmer on the top of the glaze. Use a spoon the whole time to spoon the glaze on top of the chicken so it's completely coated all the way through. You really want that glaze to evaporate off the chicken. Then take it out of the pan and cut it into strips. And that's it. It's ready to serve. You can leave the onions on, take the onions off. Itadakimasu. Let's eat. Here we have delicious chicken teriyaki. If you like this video, please check out my other videos and be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks. That's all for McCorvie no Cookingu.